Hello and welcome to CBC Arts Exhibitionists, the only show on television dedicated to Canadian art and Canadian artists. I'm your host, Amanda Paris. Dance is something we usually do with other people and in front of an audience, but in today's period of lockdown, when theater doors are shut and stage curtains remain closed, the ability for dance to be a space of introspection has become more important than ever. Today's episode is dedicated to the art of movement and will hopefully add a dose of freedom and energy to your day, two things we definitely need more of in this reality. You'll see. A 10-year-old dancer give you a 101 on some b-boy fundamentals. A multidisciplinary artist bringing it back to the basics using her body, living room, and iPhone. An ambitious project that re-envisions the public library as the utopia it should be. I meet one young dancer who is using acro to rise above the hate. I hope you're ready for all this movement. Feel free to stretch if you need to. This is CBC Arts Exhibitionists.
I love the Raptors. I joined the Little Ballers team in 2018. The Little Ballers team is a little group that does hip hop and performs at the Raptor Stadium. I was like, oh my gosh, big stadium. I just got to meet all the players and it was just enjoyable. My name is Simone Pacino. I am 10 years old and I do hip hop. One performance that I really loved was being Mini Drake. They put makeup on me so I looked like I had a beard on my mouth. After I performed, I just stood up and waved to him and he waved back to me and I was like, and I was so lucky. It's fun. It's very fun to perform. The move that I'm gonna show you is a simple top rock in b-boy. I think it's really basic and you can put it in your freestyle, hip hop, and you can also do it in b-boy. So you're gonna wanna cross your left foot over like this, and you wanna go on your toe, not your whole foot. So then you're gonna jump back to square position, and your feet are in line with your shoulders. And you're gonna do it the same thing on your other foot. You're gonna take your leg, cross over, and go on your toe. And you're gonna jump back to square position, and you're gonna do that multiple times. Once you get better, you can do lots of different arms, like out, cross, chin, look. I found it really hard, and then I got used to it when I got better and older. I just practice it at home a lot of times, and then I just realized it's all in my head. I gotta focus and just gotta like groove. I would like to take my dancing of World of Dance one day. I've actually tried out for World of Dance twice, and I wish I could make it. It would be so fun.
Alongside being an amazing dancer, Roman is a really good instructor. He made me feel like I could bust a top rock. Seriously, if I wasn't sitting here right now, I'd show you my moves. Rather than subject you to that, I'm going to take you to the living room of a multidisciplinary artist who has redesigned her home to continue her craft. When all the dance studios and photo labs closed down, Camille Rojas realized it was time to get creative. Her living room became her dance studio, her couch turned into her ballet bar, and her iPhone is now her lens. Check it out.
Hello, my name is Camille Rojas. I'm a Toronto-based multidisciplinary artist working with film, photography, and dance. There's been a shift in my art making process. I normally use analog film and photography to capture my movement practice, but since all the labs are closed, I have now just been using my iPhone to document that practice. And as far as dancing goes, I usually train 4 times a week at a dance studio, but since the dance studios are also closed, I have now been taking online ballet classes so that I can keep my body and technique in shape. So this is my workspace. I just finished my technique class, so I'm about to get ready to work on my little project. So these images here, I feel like they perfectly encapsulate what my practice is, which is movement and photography. So these images here, I shot inside of a black and white analog photo booth located inside the Whitney Museum in New York City back when I visited in November of last year. And when I got there, I asked myself, how could I create a piece of choreography when I only have such a limited amount of space to work in, where realistically I could only use my upper body? And so this was the result. It was so much fun to do and to see what the possibilities of movement are when you're confined to such a small amount of space. And it's so weird and scary to me now that only a few months later, I am now in isolation where I want to move, but I can only do so within the confines of my living room. And I know I need to do this because movement is one of the biggest joys in my life, and it's something that always keeps my body and mind healthy. So everyone, I invite you to welcome some sort of creative movement into your isolation. You don't have to be a professional dancer to enjoy dancing. This is your body, this is your isolation, and you can move however you want with it. I promise you it will be really good, it will be very pleasurable. And I feel that by welcoming this into your life, it will make isolation just a bit more bearable. So please give it a try. You won't regret it, and you will feel really good.
Now, if you're looking for some music to move to, I've got you covered. Our exhibitionists in residence this week are 2 Ryerson students who are graduating from the Integrated Digital program this year. They're an electronic music and filmmaking duo who have combined their creative powers to make this incredibly dynamic visual album. Meet Garden View.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm an artist from the GTA, currently living in Toronto.
My name is Levi. I'm an artist from Saskatchewan, currently living in Toronto.
And we are your exhibitionists in residence. The video that you will be seeing is by Garden View, which is our duo. I'm the singer-songwriter and director for this piece.
And I am the producer, the cinematographer, and the animator.
We are both multimedia artists who made this project independently with a very small team of artists, and we are here to talk about the intersections of Blackness and mental health. Hope you enjoy.
Sending you into the light, sending you into the light. Let me green, let me green. Sending you into the light, sending you into the light.
Coming up, meet the artists who have used dance, sound, and textile art to explore the utopian dream of what the public library could be. When Raymond Moriyama conceived the design for the Toronto Reference Library, he wanted to create a space that encompassed the very philosophy of the public library as a space of refuge for all people. Unfortunately, late last year, headlines were dominated by controversial issues that challenged this very philosophy and left many questioning the inclusivity of the Toronto Public Library. But right before the protests, a collective of artists came together and combined their mediums of dance, sound, and textile art to create a performance inspired by the utopia that Raymond Moriyama had dreamed of.
The unifying potential of a space where everyone is welcome is extremely important to me, and I think more and more as cities get denser and denser, having wide open spaces where people can come and not only congregate together but also have private space for ideas and thought and reflection is very important.
After the exhibit, the photograph will be accessible to those coming to.
My name is Wynne Holmes and I'm a choreographer. And for Moriyama's Continuum, I led the choreographic workshops.
With every step you took,
So we'll go front, back, front, down, shift, front. We'll talk about it actually as we're doing the workshop today, how movement and dance and architecture are similar in very, very many ways. Through ideas in aggregation, ideas in geometry, composition, ideas in structure and texture. I'm going to show you something, and your interpretation of it is right no matter what it is. We show the public your interpretation of it, and they then get to learn from you and be inspired by you.
My name is Michaela. I make music under the name Foxtrot, and I'm taking care of the sound part and music of this Moriyama's Continuum project for Nuit, Blanche. Today, what we're doing is I'm putting together a workshop where people from the public come and explore the architectural space through sound. Try to think of what makes the library come alive sound-wise. I gave them each a recorder and a pair of headphones, teaching them how it works, and then they walk around and explore the space, capture sound and capture sentences in different books. And yeah, it's all to provide material for me to build a musical piece out of those recordings from the public. It's kind of funny because a library is supposed to be quiet and silent, but this quietness is actually really full. And that's a really interesting thing to explore sound-wise.
Its fame and popularity are growing day by day in Costa Rica.
Avery Pluis did the textile installation. The fabric that cascades from the 5th floor down to the atrium. It is an ode to the filling of the teacup that Raymond Moriyama had envisioned when he was designing this building.
Jalapeno originated in Mexico and was named for the town of Jalapa.
I, from the ages of 13 to 17, completed those years in high school through correspondence, and I lived at libraries. I think a lot of my work now as a choreographer is heavily influenced by those years that I spent really in self-led studies. I feel very at home here.
Coming up, meet Michaela Beck, the young dancer using acro to rise above transphobic hate, literally.
If there is violence in the process of waging a revolution, that will be determined by those who hold power.
I've never talked to anyone about my story really, besides my dance teacher and my friends. So now that it's gonna be out, for everyone to hear it, it makes me happy because I really hope I inspire people. The dance I'm gonna be showing today is about me being transgender.
Define me with all your words.
The blue fabric represents male and the pink fabric represents female.
You can brand me or burn me, and I won't let it hurt me.
I start off with the pink and I just don't know if it's right for me. But then after dancing with the blue, I realize this is not who I am.
Define me.
I need the pink in order to be happy.
It's what I am. I'm no harm to you. I'm just doing the best I can.
I'm Michaela Beck. I'm 16 years old, and my favorite style of dance is acro. Acrobatics is basically a mix between dance and gymnastics. It has contortion, tumbling, and lots of flexibility. I'm from Brockville, Ontario. Brockville's a very small town. There's 4 dance studios in Brockville. I think there's obviously those people that are low vibers and they're not gonna accept you for who you are, but then you have these amazing dance teammates that love you for who you are and they wanna be with you every step of the way, and they're amazing. Even if you have to go to 4 dance studios to find that out.
We're starting this party tonight, where people will be undefined.
The song defined me. You can't find another song like that. The song is about expressing who you are and showing everyone that you shouldn't have to change for other people. You should always be yourself.
And people can shout.
My biggest hero is my dance teacher. She inspires me to dance as though no one is watching. She's always there for me. Sorry. Whenever I went to the other studios, I was never accepted, and she accepted me for who I was, and it was the best feeling in the world.
That they love a man, or they love a woman, and no
Every kid wants to know that they have a safe place to go to. And every kid also wants to know that they have people around them that will love them endlessly. I want people to see me as Michaela, not the transgender girl. As a human, not as a label.
Since the release of season 3 of The Move, Michaela joined TikTok, where she now has over 25,000 followers and her videos have more than 2.5 million likes. She is a star, and you should definitely follow her. If you have an artist that you think should be on CBC Arts Exhibitionists, send me a message on social media. Our handle is @CBC Arts. Tune in next time for another deep dive into the captivating work of Canadian artists. Peace.